Okay, so let's start in child's pose. Again, we want to just start shifting out of the day we walked out from and then into the class. Start shifting our mindset, moving whatever we left outside that door. And again, this may take even 15 minutes before that will actually happen. It'll work some of this out. So let's find an inhale, curl your toes under, lifting up your hips, straightening out your legs, moving into down dog. Feeling free to paddle, to kick, to twist. Again, letting go of these superficial tightnesses that is very easy to let go of just through movement, so that it is easier for the body to settle in. And anytime down dog becomes too much, you can always come down into child's pose. But inhale, push back, exhale, walk forward, jump your feet to your hands. And feet are about hips width apart, so this is approximately 2 fish. You can certainly go further than that. Interlacing the hands back behind the back, so you can open up just the shoulders a little bit. You can bend and straighten those arms. Getting into the wrists and forearms, so I do need you to be able to get your entire back of the hand onto the floor. May have to bend the knees in order to do that. And then of course you can sway from right to left, getting different portions of that lower back as well. And so releasing the hands to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, moving through the half lift. Contract, control it, squeeze those shapes. Push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk forward, jump back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. You can hang out in this up dog or cobra to get more of a chest, abdominal, neck opening if you would like, before finding down dog. Now inhale, push back. Exhale, go forward, jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, moving through the half lift. Contract until it squeeze those sheets. Push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back, high to low, toes or knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. It's just that slight pause and down dog just for that moment again as we warm up. There's going to be more and more little layers to release. And then inhale, push back. Exhale, walk forward. Turn your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, moving through the half lift. Contract until it squeeze those cheeks. Push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back, high to low. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And just that pause. Inhale, push back. Exhale, walk forward, jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana, pausing on the exhale. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend left. Inhale to standing, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. These toes or knees, you don't have to go all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, staying on the back toes. Engage the glutes, glutes abs. Help pull you up into your crescent. Keeping the glutes tight as you twist towards the right. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back, high to low, toes or knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, the lunge. Staying on the back toes. Gaze your glutes, glutes abs. Help pull you up into crescent. Keep the glutes tight as you twist towards the left. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back. High to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And just that pause and down dog or child's pose, whichever variation you're needing. Inhale, push back. Exhale, walk forward. Jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, into Uttanasana on the exhale. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend left. Inhale to standing, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, we'll lunge, staying on the back toes, face glutes, abs, roll you up into warrior crescent. Keep the glutes tight as you twist towards the right. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, high to low. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lunge, staying on the back toes. Engage the glutes, abs, pull you up into crescent. Glutes stay tight as you twist towards the left. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. It's just that pause. And then inhale, push back. Exhale, walk forward, jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, Uttanasana on the exhale. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to standing, exhale, side bend left. Inhale to standing, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, the lunge. Staying on the back toes, gaze glutes, glutes abs. Help pull you up into crescent. Keep the glutes tight as you twist towards the right. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, the lunge, staying on the back toes. And again, glutes abs help pull you up into your crescent. Keep the glutes tight as you twist towards the left. Inhale, back to the front of the room. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And we can always pause in child's pose. If you need a drink, get a drink. Anything that you need, this is about taking care of yourself. Okay, so you don't have to do every single move, okay? You don't even have to use weights if you don't want to use the weights. But some A's and B do help you warm the body up, prep the body, and it gives you an idea of what your strength cascade is, okay? So finding that down dog again, and inhale, push back, exhale, walk forward, jump your feet to your hands, inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips, grab your weights if you're going to use them, and lift up the torso. Okay? So we're going to just start up and down. Okay? So as you go up and down, we want to make sure that there's integrity for the legs. Okay? So we want to do something called spread the floor with the feet. Doesn't mean take your feet wider, it certainly can. But that space that's in between your feet. You want to pull that space apart that's in between your feet without moving your legs or your feet. You want to make sure that the big toe joint is firmly grounded and planted, and then you're starting to spread the floor from that particular spot. You want to spread the floor on descent and spread the floor for ascent as well, okay? Now, if you don't want to bring the arms up overhead, go to the shoulders or the neck somehow, you can do a bicep curl. The depth in the stance is up to you, okay? So this way you get all sorts of views. And last one, and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. It's toes or knees, but maybe you need to skip and go high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. You want to add a push-up in between. You can, but don't feel you have to go all the way down or even from the toes. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale up, back to the right elbow. Inhale up to the right elbow. Inhale up, exhale, we'll lunge. Round to the back foot, grab your weights, so engage the glutes first, glutes abs, pull you up. All right, here we go. Find an inhale to exhale into that airplane, re-engage the glutes, the abs, to pull you back up. So that left leg, or the leg that's in back, stays tight. It stays tight and the abs are active on the way down to provide support. And then you re-engage them to pull that torso back up. Your gaze, once you figure out what I'm doing, is no longer looking at me or the front of the room, but it goes down to your foot, then back up to the front of the room. So that head and neck position is important. And last one, inhale up, exhale, open up warrior two. Re-engage the glutes, inhale up, exhale, down. All right, so taking a much longer arm position. That can be harder on the arms. Well, it is harder on the arms because it is more weight. So you gotta make sure that upper back is active to initiate the lift and provide support for those shoulders. If it bothers the shoulders, it feels like the neck is driving you poking, then bring the arms closer to the body or keep the hands below the shoulders. You have that option. And last one, inhale the arms up, exhale, hands switch. You're gonna put the toes round, bring those feet in a bit. I'm only gonna turn to the side so it's not just my butt in the camera. And we're gonna take it out to the side again. Now we still wanna spread the floor, slide the shoulders down the back. So my arms are not lining up exactly on the shoulder. That's a guarantee just to get upper track and irritate the neck. You wanna slide the shoulders down the back and notice that the arms will track different. So different tracking points will emphasize different portions of the arm and the back. Remember, we're still drawing the belly in. If this is too hard, remember you can bring the arms in and do a row. And so when the arm is straight, it's more weight we have to control both directions. Last one, and fold. So this is your cross-rita. So remember, you can go a bit wider. You want to go wider. It's important to explore your cross-rita. You may want to shift from right to left. If you do need to rotate those toes out. You're going to bend the knees, okay? People do make this mistake It's not necessarily wrong, so let me rephrase. It's not necessarily a mistake. It's emphasizing something different when you rotate and you let the heel pop off the floor. You just have to get the knee behind the ankle to help with that lack of range of motion in the ankle. You find length through the spine, you can flex that foot up, and it does change how you're stretching, if you decide you want to go for this one. I just noticed a lot of people will take on something quite a bit different. All right. Coming back to center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we're going to grab the weights, hands onto the waist. Use those glutes, those abs to help pull you up. We're going to heel toe those feet in. You can start with the hands at the shoulders or at the feet or at the waist. We're going to squat down, lift up. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn around. All right. Now, when you do this, this is my range of motion because I have a lot of ankle mobility, hip mobility. So frog squat and ass to grass squat is very available to me. That might not be available to you. Okay, so you may find a shallow squat. And of course, then adding that balance component to it. So when we are lifting up the leg, we squeeze that butt cheek to lift the leg. The abdominals are active. And sometimes the arm placement helps the balance. Sometimes it challenges the balance. So again, definitely be careful. Okay? And class one, wherever you're at, you find your warrior two. Right leg is in front. This way I can still face everyone. Okay. Engage those glutes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, extended side angles. We re-engage the glutes, the abs to pull you up. And you're just going to go back and forth. I personally don't want to use that weight. I need to lighten up my weight a little bit so it's more achievable and less damaging to my body, right? Since it's at a weight that's just out of my reach for today. It's a normal weight that I use, but the body's like, not today, okay? So again, the glutes are tight, abs are tight to take me over. I re-engage the glutes and abs to pull you back up, okay? Now, I keep the arms close, then extend. That makes the movement more accessible. Again, but I'm keeping the glutes active, abs are active, upper back is active, whole body is involved. And inhale, reaching up, exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back, high to low, again, toes or knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra, you can have a push-up or not. And then finding your down dog. And then just coming down again for a pause. Right? A lot of times we race into the other side. So like, yeah, but then that other side goes, no. Not quite ready. Your core has to be engaged for both sides. Even though I was just emphasizing one aspect of the body, one side of the body. You might need a drink. There must be a hole in my lip. It's all over me now. Oh, goodness. All right. So finding down dog again. All right. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale up, back to the left elbow. Inhale up, back to the left elbow. Inhale up, exhale, low lunge. Ground the back foot, grab your weights before you lift. Engage the glutes, those abs, help pick you up. So we find that inhales, you're ready to exhale. into that airplane. We re-engage the glutes, abs, and help pull you up. Okay? Now again, back leg, that right leg, glutes are tight. Back leg is tight. You're not trying to crank your hip around. Your foot's not placed in the right position to crank the hip around. Now keep those glutes active. Re-engage the glutes, pull you back up. The gaze follows. Good. We want to find that full extension for the arms, for the triceps. It's not about going parallel. That has to do with your flexibility for that depth. Inhale up, exhale, open up. Warrior two. Re-engage the glutes, those abs, and straighten out the leg, and arms come up. So notice I'm also keeping my torso upright. I'm not trying to round my body to follow my arms. I'm going to stay nice and tall. And upper back is very active. It initiates the lift to help the arms lift. Bothers the neck, shoulders. Just bring the arms in. Keep those glutes tight. Still bothers. And do bicep curls. Okay? I'm going to work with what the body's trying to tell you today. Last one. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to waist. Pivot the toes around. Heel toe the feet in so it doesn't feel like the splits. Hinging the torso forward, hips go back. And slide those shoulders down the back. Spreading the floor. Sliding the shoulders. Again, I can't emphasize enough sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Especially on this one. That's an active contraction on the arm lift and on the arm descent. You still draw the belly in. Toes are firmly connected with the floor, so you can spread the floor. Remember, if the fly is too hard, you have the row option, right? And last one, and fold. So remember, Prasarita is simply a wide stance fold, okay? Again, I did the example for the adductor stretch, but you can do anything. You can do a twist. You can interlace the hands, back behind the back. You can take the opposite arm to the outside of the opposite leg to get into the side body, into the lower back. You can also just hang there. You can also get a drink if you need to get a drink, okay? So keep exploring. We're all going to recover at different rates. How fast we recover as well will be an indicator of fatigue. Okay? So we're going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, grab the weights, hands onto the waist. Use those glutes, those abs to help pull you up. We're going to heel toe those feet in. And we're going to find that squat. So it's frog squat going into star, if you want to use yoga terms. Otherwise, it's an astrograph squat with an overhead press. But maybe you want a bicep curl. And we're all going to fall over. You might have to move slower than how I'm presenting this today. You may have to have the toes stay on the ground, but you engage the glute, the leg to help with that tension, to create that strength. There's lots of ways to do this, and the only way is to explore. But we don't want to go over the edge. We're just coming up to the edge. Okay, last one, wherever you're at, finding your warrior two. So I already know I would like the waist this one. Nice and wide, arms go out, re-engage splits, abs in the back. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, extend inside angle. We re-engage the glutes, those abs to pull you up. Good. Again, glutes, abs, stay engaged, upper back, take you over. And then they re-engage to pull you up. You may find you have to put the weight down. The body weight is simply enough. Perfect. All right. Last one. Inhale. Reaching up. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Stepping back. High to low. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale. Down dog. And we're just going to take that pause again. Let the body recover again. And sometimes we're off a little bit on what our strength gas tank happens to be. We do need a little bit more rest. We do need a little bit more water. Sometimes the body needs more recovery. All right, but we're not going to go back up into down dog. We're going to come up to our hands and knees. You're going to take one of your weights. You're going to place it behind the right leg or whichever leg you want to start off with, but I'm going to cue the leg or right leg. To hold that weight there, you're going to have to hug it, okay? We're going to come down to the forearms. Please don't interlace the fingers because the base of support is actually at the arms as well, so you may have to take those arms apart. Otherwise, you'll shrug and crank on the neck, okay? So we want to think slide the shoulders down the back and draw the belly in. We lift and lower. So lots of things to think about right here. So notice my leg, I got to keep that tight so it's like I'm trying to touch my heel to my glutes and then back down, okay? Now you also want to pay attention to your support leg, that left leg. The left leg needs to stay perpendicular to the floor. So this is less about height and more about that position. Now, the more you can keep your leg perpendicular to the floor, the more central core you're able to pull in. Now, hold at the top, pulse. And again, this way, coming down onto the forearms, it's a lot of work for the upper body, but this way you get to look at the supporting leg, but yet still have good head and neck alignment. And last one, we're going to bring the knee down. We're going to take the weight away. We're just going to sit back, okay? You can sit off to the side. You can sit off to the other side. Again, it's just to give everybody a small break before we switch to the other side. So you're going to take the weight behind the left leg, hug it, coming down to the forearms, and you want to spread the floor, draw the belly in, lift, and lower. And again, you want to look at that right leg to keep it perpendicular, which means that left leg is not as close to the right leg as you think. There's at least a fist and a half distance between the knees. And you slide the shoulders down the back, spread the floor at the elbows. Again, this way it brings in more central core, holding up at the top, and you pulse. Again, it's easy to try to lean as you get tired. But keep your eye on that leg, that you're not leaning to the right. And last one. Again, you lean off to the right, you start hanging off of passive structures. And you start strengthening in not necessarily the best place to strengthen regularly, okay? And we can sit up back, then off to the side, and then to the other side. And we're gonna come back to that leg, you're gonna place it behind the right leg again, hugging the leg or hugging the weight. And now we're gonna take the leg out to the side. So take it out and then back in, out and in. All right. Now this one's definitely not about height. So keep an eye on that left leg, making sure it stays perpendicular. This pulls in a lot more central core. coming out to the side. We want to make sure that we're not shrugging the shoulders, that we are sliding them down the back. That's fine. You hold it at the top and pulse, whatever the top looks like for you. And again, we want to keep the left leg perpendicular to the floor. You can feel it's really hard. And last one, release. Sitting back. So this way you also get to see how much of your central core, your peripheral core, your upper back, how involved it really is, okay? And why I don't spend a lot of time on the floor doing ab work. You can do it with every single movement. Not that I won't do it. It is accessory. It is important. And here we go. We're going to take that weight, place it behind the left leg, coming down to the forearms. And here we go. Lift and lower. And again, we're making sure with that right leg. Oops, sorry. Take it out to the side. Tells you how much I didn't want to do that. All right, take it out to the side. Making sure that your right leg is perpendicular to the floor. Good. And hold it up at the top, and we pulse. And keeping that right leg perpendicular to the floor, which will dictate the height of that left leg. And last one, release. Sitting back. All right, sitting off to the side. And now to the other side. Coming back up into now a full tabletop. We're going to extend the left leg out behind you, the right arm out in front of you. Engage the glutes, abs, upper back before we lift. And we lift with that tightness, that integrity. And make sure you're not sagging the shoulder. You want to push that floor away. Bend the left leg, reach around with your right hand to find your foot or ankle. If you can't find it from the top, you just put the knee down, shift back, get the foot from a different position, okay? And again, we don't want to sag the shoulder. We push the floor away. Find whatever that end range is, you can work that, right? So you can go down, up to help release, and release. Reach for the front, reach for the back. Take that right hand to the floor, lean into the right hand, bring left leg through. Short stance, runs back, hips width, right to left. We tuck the tail under, we bring the right arm up, side bend to the left, just those shoulders open up. Want to keep the hips square, it is just the shoulders that open up just a smidge. And release. Take the leg straight all the way out, let your foot touch the floor, bend the knee and go with it forward. It's easier to keep that length. Hand position, you can either go up the spine, down the sacrum, or just simply hands on the waist. We engage the glutes, we push the hips forward, okay? First, focusing in on the hip flexors first, okay? We want to make sure we get them released first before you open up and before you take it back. If that's where your body is going to go because it's simply available. You don't want to contort the move simply to get there. Meaning, you don't want to round and then try to do it like this. Okay? And release. Take the hands to the inside, send left leg back, coming back into your tabletop, extending the right leg out behind you, the left arm out in front, glutes, abs, upper back. We lift, and we don't want to sag in the shoulder. We push the floor away, bend your right leg, reach around, find foot or ankle, and then finding this stretch. Again, we don't want to sag the shoulder simply to get a stretch. You don't need to compromise the joint to find a place that's really just not available safely. And release, reach to the front, reach to the back. Left hand to the floor, lean into left hand, bring right leg through. In 90-90, tuck the tail under, bringing the left arm up, side bend to the left, and just those shoulders would open up. Or you're going to side bend to the right, then just the shoulders open up to the left. Good. And release, taking the leg out again. Good. First start with the leg straight. Foot goes down, bend the knee, keep following that. Okay? You find hand position that works best for you. We engage the glutes, we push the hips forward. Again, if there's a lot of tension there, you're going to have to move in and out to help with the release and not race to the back bend. The back bend is actually not very important. You engage the glutes, we open up, and you can begin to take it back. And only if that works out for the body today. And release. Take the hands to the inside of the left leg, send your right leg back. Curl the toes under, lifting up the hips, straightening out the legs, moving into down dog. All right. Here we go, big stretch. We're gonna inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. We're gonna kick through to the right. We're gonna slide your right foot back, left leg over. Again, it's really important to have those back toes curled under as much as your body will allow for, okay? This locks in the glute medius on the bottom leg. Glute medius kind of hangs out around here. It's super high in the hip, very close to the lower back. It limits and gives you a lot of back pain, okay? Now, so that's why that is there. We're not squaring the hips up because that's not possible. So you bring the forearms down to the floor and you're trying to square your shoulders around towards the front. And if there's any resistance, there's gonna be some resistance, but if it's a lot, you may have to come out. Then move back into it, and then see where that takes you, okay? Now, you may have to work this particular aspect of the pose longer on one side than the other. You may need to do it longer than how I'm going to present, and that's okay. Now, if you're ready for the twist, you straighten out the left arm. Take your right arm, thread it under, and you can start to bring the left arm down. And then when you start to take into your twist or drop that right shoulder down to the floor, make sure you're doing it on an exhale. That's fairly intuitive. But when I stop talking, you're going to know why. And again, you may need to come out because it's a bit intense, and then go back into it. Now, the resistance might not even be coming from the low back medius. The resistance might be coming from the collarbone, where it's very sharp pinching at either end. You just come out, shake it out, try it again. If it goes away, that's all you needed. If it doesn't go away, don't go deep into the twist. There's something else going on. And then we come out of the twist. It's much easier to get out of the pose. We just simply bend the knees, flip around for down dog, okay? Now, inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Kick through to the left. We're gonna slide the left foot back, right leg over, and we're coming down to the forearms. And again, we wanna keep that back toe curled under as much as you can. And again, you may have to come out, move back into it, squaring around. This side might be looser. It might be tighter. So again, if you need to work on it longer, simply work on it longer. If you want to go into the twist, straighten out the right arm, thread left arm under. As you get deeper into the twist, you come down to the forearm. So it's a little easier to find the twist. Good, and release, coming out of the twist, bending the knees and finding down dog. Inhale your right leg up, exhale, swing through. This time, your pigeon, okay? We're gonna slide that left leg back. So remember, pigeon is not a pose that's available to you, and you're familiar with other variations. Definitely take on other variations, okay? So we want to be as tall as we can. We're gonna bend the left leg, reach around with the left hand to find foot or ankle, twist around. So if you are in this position, that it's really hard for you to get that leg, you would sit on the hip. It's like you're partially coming out of the pose, bend the leg. You can either stay here or bring the hand closer to underneath you and help prop you back up, and then twisting around, okay? Again, we want to explore that quadricep hip flexor. They get used a lot more in a static way during the day, especially if you sit at a desk a good portion of the day. And then if your sport happens to look like cycling, then you use them even more. And then they get even tighter, okay? So most sports are flexion-based anyway, okay? So this seems to be the area that is, as far as stretching, is neglected. And it's because it's very challenging, strength-wise and position-wise, to get into it. Very understandable as to why people will avoid it, okay? And again, lots of ways to explore this posture. You can rotate to the left, leaning into the left arm, extending the hips back, reaching for the left corner with the right arm to see what's going on in the side body. If there's something there, just stay and work it. If there's not, bring the right hand out in front. You can thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. What does it look like? I'm repeating because you'll feel that it's actually different because the legs are in a different position. And so we're emphasizing different parts of not even the same muscle groups for some of this. And we begin to walk the hands back, throw the toes under. Inhale, right leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. We'd like to open up the hip. And coming back around. And then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing through for pigeon. Again, we want to find that length. And we want to bend the back knee, getting a hold of the foot. Again, twisting around. And again, if you need to sit off to the side, sit off to the side, push yourself up. At first, there might be a little bit more work, and as you get used to it, and then as you get looser, you'll find you won't need to do it as much. Again, you're trying to figure out what quadricep, what hip is tighter, how much time does that actually need versus the other, okay? So we want to find length through the spine. And then you can rotate to the right, extending the hips back, and lean into the right arm, so we don't need to straighten it out. We straighten out that left arm, reaching for the right corner. And then, again, if there's something to work, sit here and work it to help close in on the gap between your right and left. And come out as you're ready. Maybe you came out early. That's fine, and then you can add that rotation. Again, we don't have to do this in a fully synchronized manner. This way we're capturing a lot of angles around that hip. Beginning to walk the hands back, lifting up the Torso curling your right toes under. Inhale, left leg up and bend the knee and open up the hip. And finding your down dog. And now coming down to the knees, crossing the ankles, and lying all the way back onto your back, having the knees in towards the chest. Feet go down to the floor. We're going to cross right leg over left leg, dropping the knees to the right. So I am trying to stretch the bottom leg, not the top hip. And it's big right around where the hip bone is on that left leg. I'm trying to stretch that corner of the body down, and then up a bit, and then around possibly towards the back. If there is pinching or biting in the back, you need to back up a little bit off that tension or biting, and then move back into it. It'll let go a little bit. Sometimes it's a bit abrupt to go into some of these rotations. And you may have to back out and move into it, back out, move into it several times. That top leg can be very useful in helping with overpressure to help aid with the stretch. And then coming back to center, we release the cross on the knees and towards the chest, wiggling those hips around. And feet go back down to the floor. You're going to cross left leg over right leg, dropping the knees to the left. Again, you're trying to go right feels looser than left, or maybe it was the other way around. We're not trying to stretch this of equal length of time. So we don't need to overstretch an area that doesn't need the same amount of stretching. Okay? So if you do want to stay on that right side a little longer, because for you it's a little tighter, definitely stay there a little longer. Otherwise, come back to center, hug your knees in, wiggling those hips around. And now hugging your right knee in towards your chest as you send the left leg all the way out to the floor. Left hand to the outside of the right leg, extending the right arm out, palms up, and taking the knee across the body. Okay? So you want to actively twist to the right, engage the left leg so there's stability for the twist. What you might find is, you might not go as far, but it feels deeper. But then you'll get a deeper release. This is a pose that's really tempting to force. If you feel like you're going to force because you're going to hold your breath, captures your breath somehow, then you just need to back out of it a little bit, give your body a moment, and then going back into it. You will get a lot further with the stretches that way. And then coming back to center, hugging both knees in towards the chest, wiggling those hips around. And now hugging left knee in towards the chest as you send the right leg all the way out. Right hand to the outside of the left leg, extending left arm out, palms up, and taking the knee across the body. And again, if this side is the more restrictive side, which is a possibility, it is for me, so that's probably why I mention it, to remind me to teach that. You may have to come out and go a little bit slower with that stretch. And this is where deep, full, relaxed breathing and non-forceful stretching is going to be very, very helpful. And release, coming back to center, hugging both knees towards the chest, wiggling those hips around. Feet go back down to the floor, about hips width apart, arms are alongside the body. First, we're going to move through a dynamic bridge, simple repetition, so we can turn glutes back on. And so we're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. This time on the inhale and the lift, we're gonna hold. We're gonna, if it's available, you can interlace the hands underneath you. If it's available, straighten the arms. And if it's available, you can switch the shoulder blades back towards each other. You do need to have your toes in contact with the ground, especially big toe joint. When we lift up the pelvis, it is not straight up towards the ceiling because the body's in an arc position. So we want to shift some of that weight, push some of that weight via the feet into the shoulders. In this way, it's nicer load transfer through the spine for what's now really a strength position. And release the hands, lower the hips down. And now you can either take the feet wider and just allow the knees to fall inward. You can take the legs straight out. You can be in Supta Baddha Konasana. It is your choice for Shavasana. So we can take these last few moments to allow the mind and the body to acclimate to all the changes that took place today, all the strength, all the flexibility, and all the relaxation. It's one of the reasons why yoga can be, especially with weights, you get it all in 1 hour. So again, just taking these last few moments that are still all yours before you have to take on the rest of the day. And beginning to bring awareness back to your breath and back to your body. Wiggling your toes and your fingers, the ankles, the wrists. And bringing your arms up overhead for that nice big stretch as you come back into your space. And hugging your knees in towards your chest. And rolling either to the right or to the left. And then coming up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes are softer, eyes are softer, closed as daily in your practice. Yikes. And thank you for coming and have a wonderful day. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you.